Hey, so I want to try to clarify something that there seems to be a lot of confusion around when it comes to the expression of the masculine and the feminine. But the first and most important thing to know is that the mechanism of emotional repression disguises itself as other things, right? Often virtues. For instance, humility. When people are in anger repression, which involves repressing your anger and power and staying quiet and meek, it's a common temptation to start calling that humility, right? Or being humble. Or when you're in vulnerability repression, which involves repressing your grief and your hurt and other vulnerable emotions, you're usually compelled into overcompensation, or puffing up, right? And vulnerability repressors love to call this strength or power. And so in both cases, we're not dealing with actual virtues. We're dealing with people who are in emotional repression, pretending that their emotional repression is a virtue to make themselves feel better, right? So what does this have to do with masculinity and femininity? Well, both are ideals, which are very similar to virtues and which are equally effective hiding places for emotional repression. So if we're looking from the more conservative perspective, the ideal for masculinity looks exactly like vulnerability repression, and for femininity, anger repression. Men should be tough and feelingless, and women should be meek and humble, right? And if we're talking about the liberal perspective, it's just the opposite. Women shouldn't need a man. They should be strong and independent, right? And repress their vulnerable emotions. And men should be open, sensitive, and kind, right? AKA they should repress their anger. But see how in either perspective, everyone should be repressing something, right? Because emotional repression, it masquerades as the ideals of true masculinity or true femininity. Ultimately, we don't need to be concerned with, can I be masculine or can I be feminine? What we really need to be concerned with is, can we even be ourselves in the first place, right? Can we feel and express what's true for us? Whatever gender you are, can you feel and express your anger? Can you feel and express your vulnerable emotions? Because if not, you're going to be trying to live up to some ideal, right? Which means you're going to be pretending. And pretending equals suffering. And both are what emotional repression demands of us. So if you've had enough of pretense, idealism, and being virtuous, then visit repressiontest.com and start to come out of emotional repression.